Friendship and Ninja Steel, and the episode is titled Fan Frenzy. So the episode, it was a good episode. I actually liked it, really did. So the episode, it started out with the Rangers. They're at school, and then there's this marketer. Her name is Simone. She comes up to Levi. She wants Levi to be the face of this chili burger that she's working with. Levi is turning her down, telling her that right now he's focusing on school and all that kind of stuff. So once Simone leaves, in walks one of Levi's biggest fans, and his name is Chaz. And Chaz is telling Levi how his music, his one of his songs that he has, it calms him down when it comes down to his mom and other stuff in his life. And then he also pulls out this photo that has Levi's autograph on it, and he's talking about how on the picture it says Levi liked the letter that he wrote to him, that they can be friends and hang out sometimes and all that kind of stuff. And Levi is looking like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then he tells him, I think my manager may have written that. So we move over to the Warrior Dome. On the Warrior Dome, there is this monster by the name of Dreadwolf. And Dreadwolf is coming out on the stage. And he also has Cosmo come out. When Cosmo comes out, Cosmo is a werewolf. And he takes this claw out of Cosmo. And once he removes the claw from Cosmo, it turns Cosmo back to normal. He's no longer a werewolf. But at the same time, Cosmo doesn't remember anything that's gone on, prior to Dreadwolf taking that claw out of him. So basically what it is Dreadwolf is going to go down to Earth, and he's going to try to hit the Rangers with the claws that he has to turn the Rangers into werewolves. Okay, so outside of the school, you have Victor and Monty, and then Simone is walking out. She's on the phone and talking about she's going to try to find someone else. And she sees Victor over there eating a burger. So she goes up to Victor. She tries to offer Victor the same deal that she offered Levi. But before she could even finish it, Victor automatically says it's a deal. So you got Calvin and Mick. Calvin is taking Mick to get some stuff from the hardware store. So once they park the car and get out the car, Mick goes to the hardware store, and then a buzz cam comes down, and Calvin notices the buzz cam. So he calls the other Rangers and tells them that there's a buzz cam. So then the other Rangers come to where Calvin is, and they want to try to get the crowd away as quietly as they can, but they're not able to do that because once they get there, Dreadwolf beams down to Earth. So the Rangers morph, and they go to fight Dreadwolf and all that kind of stuff. And the Rangers are fighting the Basherbots, and then Levi is fighting Dreadwolf. So while Levi is fighting Dreadwolf, Dreadwolf has his claws. It's 3 of them, and he shoots all 3 of them at Levi, but all three of them miss Levi. They hit the wall and they bounce off. 2 of them didn't do anything, but one, it hit Mick. And once the Rangers notice that Mick has been hit by the claw, they go over to where Mick is and try to figure out, is Mick okay and all that kind of stuff. And okay, so now the Rangers have to have the shop class. In their shop class, Chaz comes up to Levi. He has his hat on there like Levi wears all the time. And he's talking about how it was his dad's and all that kind of stuff. And he's basically dressed just like Levi dresses. And, Levi is basically annoyed at this point, with everything that Chaz is doing. And then Calvin comes up and tells them that, Mick is late to shop class. And then, he's like, could that battle been, a little bit more than what they thought it was. And then, Sarah says, well, there's Mick right now. So Mick comes in, he's talking to the Rangers, but he's not facing them. And then when Mick turns around, the Rangers notice that he's a werewolf. So, at this point, they're frantic. They're trying to get him into the base. So they get into the base, but once again, Levi is intercepted by Chaz. And this time, Chaz is telling Levi that he's going to Metro Park with his friends. And, his friends are huge fans of Levi's. And, he wants Levi to come to the park with him. And Levi is upset at this point. He's like, did I tell you that I was coming to the park? And all that kind of stuff. And, Levi basically just tells him, no, that I can't come. So Levi goes into the base where the other Rangers are with Mick. And, at this point, Mick hasn't completely turned into a werewolf. He's still Mick. But then after a while, he starts to turn into a werewolf. And then, much like Cosmo, Redbot finds where the claw is. It's in Mick's head. And, they have to distract Mick to get the claw out of his head. And much like with Cosmo, Haley removes the claw, and it disintegrates. And then, Mick is turned back into himself. He's not aware of anything that's going on. But then he remembers back in battle that when Dreadwolf shot those claws, they were not intended for Mick. They were actually intended for Levi. All right, so in the park, you got Victor and Monty. They're rehearsing for this commercial. And then you got Chaz. He's there with his friends. And, he's telling his friends that Levi's not coming. And his friends don't believe they even know Levi at this point. And then you got Dreadwolf. He's up there looking down on everybody. And he sees Chaz, and who he believes is Levi. So he jumps down and, he scares the crowd. And everybody starts running. So he has his last his last two claws. He throws one of them, and it misses Chaz altogether, and it hits Victor. So then he throws another one, which this one does hit Chaz, and Dreadwolf thinks that he's gotten Levi. So back in the base, Mick tells the Rangers that there's an attack at Metro Park, and then it dawns on Levi that's where Chaz is, and maybe Chaz is in danger. So at the commercial that Victor is doing, he is trying to give his lines, and as he's giving his lines, he turns into a werewolf. And then the Rangers are at Metro Park. So, they get there, and, Chaz comes out, and then so does Dreadwolf. And Dreadwolf is like, here's your Ranger pal. And then he looks and notices there's Levi Weston right there. Well, who did I use my last arrow on? And it's Chaz. So, Dreadwolf tells Chaz to attack the Rangers. And, Levi tells the Rangers, you guys go after Dreadwolf. I'll take care of Chaz. So the Rangers morph, and they go after Dreadwolf and leaving Levi with Chaz. So, Levi is trying to calm Chaz down and all that kind of stuff. And then he remembers that Chaz said his song is what calms him down. So Levi starts singing his song to Chaz. And it does calm Chaz down enough so that Levi can get the arrow and take it out of Chaz. And then, much like with Cosmo and with Mick, Chaz is returned to normal. Again, he doesn't remember anything that's happened. And Levi wants to apologize to him, but Mick calls him and lets him know that, inside of the Ninja Nexus prism, it's showing a vision of the Levi's Gold Ranger in the Lionfire red armor. So Levi morphs into action. He goes to find the Rangers who are currently fighting Dreadwolf, and he asks Brody to give him the Lionfire armor star so that he can morph into the Lionfire Gold. So, Brody gives it to him, and he does morph into the Lionfire Gold Ranger. And, Levi is fighting with Dreadwolf. Levi does destroy Dreadwolf, and back on the Warrior Dome, Cosmo gigantifies him, and the Rangers call on, the Ninja Ultra Zord. Now, I'm confused with this whole thing. The Ninja Ultra Zord, I was confused about. The Lionfire Red Zord, I wasn't confused about that. What I was confused about with the Ultra Zord, it shows it's the other Ranger Zords. If I'm not mistaken, the only Ninja Power, the Zord star that Mick was able to revive was Calvin Zord. So where did the other Zords come into play at? So if anybody understands what I'm saying, let me know what you guys think. So, they defeat Dreadwolf. And, Chaz is back at the park with his friends. And he sees Levi. Levi comes up to him. Levi apologizes to him. He's telling him that's not him and all that kind of stuff. And, his friends come up to where Levi is. And, they want an autograph. Levi says, I'll do an autograph. But I actually came here to sing and all that kind of stuff. So we move back over to Victor and Monty. Monty is luring Victor into the classroom with a burger so that he can get the claw out of Victor. He gets the claw out of Victor. Victor returns to normal, unaware of anything that's happened, much like with Chaz, Chaz, Cosmo, and Mick. So, Levi, like I said, not Levi, but Victor is returned to normal. Simone finds Victor, and she wants to offer him $1 million contract, I guess, to do, the commercials worldwide. But he has to be the werewolf. But since, Monty has taken the claw out of him, he can no longer be a werewolf. And they tell her that, and she rips up the contract, and that was the end of the episode. So with this episode, I'm going to give it a C+, because when it comes to Super Ninja, I actually like it. It's just, I think Victor and Monty are a little bit of overkill for me. but that's just my opinion. So like I said, you know, like this video, subscribe to my channel, leave your comments, and share it with the other Ranger, share with other people you guys know are Ranger fans, and let them know that I do Ranger reviews each and every Saturday. So I will see you guys later.